think I can,
Let me turn them sideways first.
yeah.
Okay, there they are.
The pencil part I can't see, but
Yeah.
that I can get most
Well,
of
we'll
it in.
clarify this. These notes here are in pencil, and they explain each group, these pencil parts.
Because I got a perfect photo on each one of them right now, and I'm going across the page. Okay. Now you can turn it sideways and see if I can see the lettering. See if I can focus in on it. Just hold it steady. Yeah, I got a perfect one. Okay. I'm so glad this thing has autofocus on it. Okay, now to go down a little bit. Okay.
Okay.
Move the paper so I can see.
Sideways?
Well, all together so I can see the chair so I can focus it on the chair again.
You want me to
Yeah, just pull it down. That way I can,
Okay. Because we still have to go back to the charts.
This is going to look real fun on the tape part of this thing.
How's that?
Huh?
How's that?
All the movement. But it'll look okay.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm back.
Okay, now you're back. We've got this one covered.
Camera.
Now we need to go to,
Now we need to go to one of Dustin's, which is down.
yeah, here's Dustin.
Dustin?
Dustin's here on the
Dustin.
master chart, and here he is. This goes right in there.
Well, this goes into Carl's.
Okay, so...
Dustin right here.
Huh? This is the next one we should have?
That should be the next one, because that tells who his people are. Okay, Alex and
Zach.
Zach, they, and I also have more notes on them, so I can look them up real quick and tell you what everything is. It's so much better when I had everything in my head. But Zach's group was mainly made up of like a computer system in my head. They were like, all the personalities in them held specific things for containing all the information. They had hypnotic suggestions and stuff. Some of them weren't real personalities. They were just kind of hypnotic ones. That's the ones under Zach. Ones under Alec, they're not personalities. They're simple, you know. They're just kind of a file system to hold memories of all the other alters and stuff and keep everything from being united into one personality. They try to keep everything from being put into one personality. Alex is he's the controller of that network. And then after him you go into Sean and Ryan, and Sean and Ryan's total purpose was
Sean and Ryan on the master chart.
Yeah, Sean and Ryan down here on the master chart, and also up here. Sean had a lot of personality and stuff. They were a lot of them were hypnotic suggestions. They had really no memories and stuff. They just gave names I gave them names to simplify and stuff. A lot of them they held like learning how to drive a tank, or.
Well, did you actually know how to drive a tank?
Mm-hmm.
Who taught you that?
That was part of the military training with Monarch.
Okay.
So.
We'll go into that later.
Yeah, and then we got Ryan, and he had abilities too, and they were mostly intelligent and sabotage and learning how to spy on other people and other places, and that was their whole purpose for being created. And then the lost personality, as I call him, is Kelly.
Kelly's not on here.
Well, Kelly's down here.
Oh, he's over here. You're going back to the satanic.
I got the chart in the wrong place. I thought it was the lost guy that I lost a long time ago. I looked at the wrong name when I was trying to read it. That happens every once in a while. On this one here, I should explain. Paul Jr.'s name used to be Demaya. He changed it. He didn't like it because it was a satanic name. He wanted nothing more to do with that stuff. So, I'm getting all the. Then we got Bradley, who's down here.
What did you have any more on Kelly?
On Kelly, his personalities were just ones that were locked up all the time.
Oh, they're locked up in behind doors and closets.
Locked up, closets, prisons, stuff like that.
Okay. So when you were in prison, did you have Kelly's personality, or were you integrated then?
I had him when I first went in and stuff, so it's like he dealt with a lot of the beginning stuff. So.
Okay.
And then we got Bradley's group here. They were all had set purposes and stuff. They had been had military training and stuff like that. And some of their names were like Sylvester, Roger, Scorpio, Magi, Dennis, and Robert. And they're
you had 6 personalities.
Yeah, they were forced to do things with other men for the military to kind of blackmail politicians and stuff to get the military whatever they wanted. And then we got Carl, who's not the last one. Brian's the last one, but
Carl's here and Carl's here.
yeah, Carl there. Same one as up here, but his group, and it's very specific on everybody that was in his group and stuff. He had 21 people, 3 groups of 7. He had Simon, who was like a computer sergeant at the clerk. He was like the one that ran that. And he had Logan, who was an electrician tech, Donald, who was a computer tech, Perry, who was a secretary, Wesley, who was a secretary, Edward, who was a computer specialist, and William, who was a computer specialist also. And they mainly ran, when we had to deal with like computers either inside my head or outside, they're the ones that ran them and even fixed my sister's computer when I first got out because she had some problem with it. They just went in and straightened it out. It was just on punching stuff in right. And she's been through school for that, and she still didn't know how, and her instructor didn't know how, and I just went in 5 minutes and had it completely fixed.
Impressive.
And then we have Jeff, who is the secretary chief. He's like, or security chief, not secretary chief, security. He was in charge of security inside. He's the one that kept us all safe. He was like the very violent one.
This is the 21 personalities, yeah.
Yeah, and he had Jackie, who was a security guy.
Let's go over and sit down and go over those notes in front of the camera.
Okay, good.
We're still talking about Carl, right?
I want to sit down. Take a drink. Get in the middle of the table. Pull a chair inside.
These are Carl's personalities.
Yeah. Jackie was one of them under him, and he was like in charge of security. He's the one that kept everything tight-lipped on these, so they wouldn't say nothing. Shane was a weapons sergeant. He knew all about weapons and stuff. He was the one in charge of putting them out. Dan, he's the one I used to call Ninja all the time. He's the martial arts instructor for all the other personalities. He taught all the other ones how to fight, which wasn't hard when I knew how to. I was the highest degree one. And then you got Brian, who was in security, and then you got Douglas and John, who were weapons specialists. They fixed them and tore them apart and tell you about an M60 machine gun and all that other stuff. Then down below you got Shanna, who was in charge of demolition. You got Fox, who was an engineer. Sloan, who was a demolition expert. Henry, who was an information and demolition. Tom, who was a pilot. Greg, who was an information sergeant, and Nick, who was an explosive expert. So that's what their total purpose was. It's like all he knows about it was in the past when I wasn't in grade to have gotten him out. One thing here told you